What's up, Pack? So today we're going to be going over the place command. You might be asking, what is the place command? Place command is basically a drill where we teach our dogs how to go to a certain area that has a boundary. It could be a dog bed, it could be a mat. We're going to ask them to stay there for a certain duration of time, and then we're going to allow them to leave, right? So where could we use the place command? Well, place command could be used for sure around dinner time, meal time, where humans are going to be eating food. We would ask our dogs to go to their bed in the corner, somewhere else away from the table, and relax, kind of how Nico is right here. Another scenario would be you invite guests over, and instead of having your puppy all excited or your dog all excited all over the place on the couches and jumping on people, we ask our dog to go to their bed or go to a mat, stay there, relax, maybe chew a bone and calm down while that's happening. Another scenario would be maybe bringing a dog to a restaurant where you would bring something like this or a mat, and you teach your dog to go lay on the mat calmly while waiters and guests and people all around, you guys are eating your meal or having some drinks or whatever it is. Going to a park, going on an airplane. This can be used in so many scenarios. So next, let's go over the step-by-step on how we would actually teach this command. Okay, Pack, let's go over the 4 steps to place command. Step number 1 is teaching the dog to approach the place and to be comfortable on the place. Our second step is going to be marking the place command, so when the dog hears the word place, it understands to go there and stay on their place. Step 3 is going to be teaching the dog to stay on the place and not leave until they get our direction to leave. And finally, step 4 is going to be teaching the release of place, meaning that they are now able to leave and be free and go do what they want to do and how they need to do that. So let's get into some puppies and show you guys these steps in action. Okay, so puppy number 1, we have 3-month-old Dawson here. We're going to be showing the approach using nose, eyes, ears. And if you guys want to learn about nose, eyes, ears and why we do that approach, check out our video on nose, eyes, ears. We can maybe put that in the subject below, in the caption below. Okay, so let's go over. Step number 1 is the approach and being comfortable with the place. So this is a puppy. So I'm going to go to the nose first with food. I have a little bit of my man's kibble here. And watch this. So step number 1, I get the nose engaged, the eyes follow, and I guide him onto here. Place. I actually skipped a step there. Okay, that's the first one. Let's go. Yes. So you see, we're allowing him to come off. The reason I said it there is I've actually done step 2 with this guy already, so I'm gonna do it again with none of that stuff. Good boy. That's fine for me. I want the dog to feel good about going onto it. Let's go. Yes, good boy, Dawson. So remember, I'm gonna redo it here. We get the nose, guide him on. Good. You see, he's a little excited, but it's lower level. So he's happy-go-lucky, he's feeling good about the place, he's happy to be on here. I can give him some regular affection. Yes, he's a good boy. Wow, look at the handsome boy on place. Good boy. Let's go, Dawson. Yeah, and remember guys, we're teaching a puppy, so not that we're wanting to be like crazy excited, but we want to be a little enthusiastic and feeling pretty good about this, because to a dog, they're going to say, why are you making me stay on something like this? But if they understand that the leader feels great about them staying on somewhere, it's going to mean a lot to them. So again, first step, nose. Good boy. And remember, for Dawson, food's his biggest motivator right now, so I'm using food. If it was a dog like Nico, potentially, I might be using toy, if that worked better for him, okay? Let's go. So now we're gonna go to step 2. We can see that this guy knows how to do it. Remember, I've had this guy for a month already, so he knows how to get on there at least already, right? Let's see, ready? So we're gonna go with the nose. Place. Good. So let me give you a little thing about that as well, okay? The dog is not going to be rationalizing and saying, oh, I see what this all means. Dogs are associations. So each time he's doing this action of going on to this thing, and we're telling the ears over and over, it means place, place, place. This is why repetitions matter. Each time he hears that, it starts creating that association. When I hear that word place, it means to go to this thing, right? Let's go, buddy. Yeah, good boy. Let's move him a little bit further over here. Dawson, place. Wow, good boy. And remember, I'm gonna show you these steps all in action 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, But step one, you might do that for a while. That might be a few days, that could be a week of just approaching the place, especially with a young puppy. Then you start adding the word to it, right? Now we're gonna get to step 3, let's go. Where we actually ask him to stay on it, right? So nose, place, good, good. Now I'm gonna do shh, shh, right? So that I add the shush there, remember? That's the sound that I do for these guys, which means I want you to relax. So we can show another video on how you create that association of shh means stop what you're doing and relax. We'll do that also in a separate video. That's really good. So now look, he's on there, I start moving around. I'm actually gonna hope that he makes a mistake. No? Yes, good, good. So now, why would you reward there, Steve? Well, the reason is this guy doesn't totally know that I'm asking him to stay there. And he's a puppy who's in follower state, so it's gonna make sense to him that when Steve moves, who he views as the leader, I should go follow him. But now I'm asking him to follow me psychologically, not follow me physically anymore, right? So I'm saying I want you to stay here. So look, shh, around. Aha, so some of that, good. I reward him, so he says, So if I don't follow him here, when he says that shush thing, and he moves around, if I stay there, he might come give me some reward. See it? So I move around quick, over here. Aha, good boy. Good boy, Dawson. Very good. And finally would be the release of this thing, and we already have him on there, so we might as well just go right away to step 4. And how do you teach the release, right? So a lot of people will go, free, louder, okay, loud. The problem with that is the dog goes from being in a calm state to then going into an excited state once they leave. So what's gonna happen, what it looks like in real world, is we tell him free or release or okay or whatever it is, and he jumps off and starts running around the house, going crazy and all that. So I don't want that, I want him to just calmly leave the place. So watch, from here, I'm gonna teach him the free, and I'll use the leash actually to teach him, nice and slow. I'm gonna use some scent for him being on there again. Good job, buddy. So then from here, Dawson, free. Good boy. Very nice. Good. So there, what you can see is I'm making my hand go like this. So I want him not to be free. I want it to be free. So let's do the whole thing right now, okay? So step number 1, we grab the scent. Step 2, place. Good. Give him some food there. Step 3, shh. We move around. All right. Good job, man. I'm gonna reward that. Good boy. And then now we're gonna do the free, right? Free. Good boy. And then now he's free, and he can do whatever he wants from this point. So that's Dawson, 3-month-old, middle of the pack, Cavapoo. And remember, energy is number 1. This guy's middle of the pack. That's what matters the most. Happens to be a dog psychology, breed, Cavapoo, name Dawson. Now let's see it with an American Bulldog puppy. Good boy, Dawson. You did so good, buddy. Yeah, that's my man. Good boy. Okay, so we went into a little depth with Dawson, the Cavapoo, showing you guys the steps 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do this one a little bit quicker with Marty, who's a 3-month-old American Bulldog. He's obviously here ready to go. So I have some food with me again. First, I'm gonna grab leash. So we have leash. And remember, the reason I use the leash is in case this guy gets distracted by other things, he jumps off and goes that way, I can use the leash to block it, right? So I can block him getting distracted, re-engage him with the nose and tell him what I wanna do. So that's the reason why I use a leash. I recommend you guys all using leash. And I could also show you him without the leash also. So let me just adjust the leash here so we're good. So look, same thing here, scent, right, scent. There's step 1, right? Just being on it. And just so you guys can see, let me just show you what I'm using. It's literally just a bland like kibble thing, right? Let's go, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so let's go step 2. Now we're gonna add the word to it, remember? So look, this can happen. Puppy gets distracted, that's why the leash is good. I block, grab the nose. Marty, place. Good boy. Good. Let's go. Yes. Let's do that one more time, right? So when we get, he's engaged here. We get nose. Marty, place. Good. Good boy. Let's go, buddy. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna have him stay on there. So let's do the same step. Let's go. Good. So watch, now we're gonna add shh. So now we move around. This is the part where likely, I'm actually gonna try to create him jumping off. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see. No. Yes. Good boy. So I'm gonna do this now. And the reason why is I've done this with him and he was getting confused why I was moving all around and he wasn't getting rewarded, right? So good. Now I'm adding the reward for him staying on there. So you guys got to see if he breaks it and gets off, what we do, I just say no, lightly put pressure on the leash, guide him right back on, good. And then I'll reward him and say, this is where I want you to be. Remember, this is where you get the food. Good. And now we'll do the final step of the release one, which is our FREE, right? Free. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Want me to show you a really quick one without the leash too with this guy? Now that we got him in the zone, he understands what we want. This could be like you've been doing this for a little bit of time and you feel really good about it. He lays on it, he's calm, you've dropped the leash, you walk away, he's still on it. Then we can start doing it with no leash. So again, remember, food, the nose is like a leash. Remember the nose, eyes, ears? Nose, eyes are follow. Marty, place. Good. Shh. I go over here, I go over here. I may moonwalk. I don't know how to moonwalk, but I moonwalk. And I do this, and I go like that. Yeah, good boy. Okay, guys, so I wanted to kind of show you guys just the finished product of what place could look like. Nico, place. Good. I'll actually give him a nice little reward for that one. Good boy. I don't need to do reward with him, but he's been waiting patiently while we've been shooting this video, so I wanted to show you that. Let me show you some other things. We brought some distractions here so you could see. First, let me just walk around really quick so you guys can see whether or not I'm moving around the room. I'm probably making Adam crazy with my movements, but just so you can see me being off, moving around doesn't mean he gets to leave, right? Now let's do another one. I'm gonna bring, Cassie made some nice chicken, marinated chicken and some rice here. If I put this here, it doesn't mean that he gets to go have it, right? And because he's being very good about that, let's see what he actually does with that. That's right. So look at how the attention comes here. When the attention's on the food, he doesn't get it. And then I'm actually gonna give him one of his own treats for that. Okay. Right? So by the way, that's a really, really challenging one for a dog to do, to have a meat there and a strong scent. That's really, by the way, we're smelling it and it's freaking good, whatever Cassie made. It's very, very challenging to the dog, so I have to give him something in this moment to say, wow, what a good job, or else it's not really a fair trade, if that makes sense. So I want to give him something for food. Okay, so let's take the food away. And this is gonna be the bigger challenge for Nico, I can tell you that, which is toys. Okay? So now I have a shitload of toys here, right? This is his life. And because he did amazing at that, good. Good boy. Very good. Very, very good. Then finally would be the release to that command. And Nico, free. Free. Good boy. He's actually allowed to touch the toys now. Not an issue, but you can look at him. Yeah, he's like, oh my God, look at all these toys. But he's allowed to play with those toys if he wanted to now. I just wanted to show you guys that whether it was food, whether it was a really smelling piece of human food on the floor, me moving around the room, which would mimic guests moving around and all that stuff. Basically, all these distractions, I try to think of the highest level of distractions for him, of not joining in with that distraction and going for it. So look, he's in the middle of this, and let's finish it with sending him back to place here. Ready? Nico, place. Good boy. And it doesn't have to be food affection. I can give him, that's my good boy. Very good, pal. That's my pal. Good boy. Yes, good boy. So that's the finished product of what place should look like with you and your dog. And I hope this made a lot of sense. If you have any questions, definitely put it in the comments and we'll clear anything up that you guys didn't understand. If you enjoyed that video in our dog psychology training series, please be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and share. Always remember, your energy is the most important in the relationship with your dog. So stay calm and confident, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.